Welcome everybody to week number 12 of season 2 for Tetris Tuesdays live right VTV, your gaming network. And I'm your tournament host today and commentator, as you all know, FP907. Gonna have a great tournament today. Gonna turn the music back on in just a little bit, but just had to get the suspense going. But let's get that tournament hype going as we follow along in here. Let me just turn it back on. Just had to get that little teaser in there. But anyway, so let me just start by welcoming everyone in the chat today. Also, all the competitors and viewers here today. So let's see who is here today before I make my rounds and little details about what we're gonna do today. So welcome at Paylord. We got APOD Gaming in the house, Colinator, Corona Tetris, the faithful Corona sponsor. Oh, never mind. That it was the Red Bull sponsor guy that was in the chat. Never mind. Not the Corona sponsor. Corona does not sponsor Tetris Tuesday. So, just to let y'all know, Corona does not sponsor us. All right. So anyway, Green Toad got Indian here, Mercury City, Mikami. Oh God, I can't even speak. Modest Tomato, Mystery, Hannah, Pidgeotto, Tinjo's in the house, Wolfie, and So thank you all for joining us today, and we're also not sponsored by Home Depot, so don't get that mixed up, folks. But welcome everyone today. We're glad to see that that y'all are here joining us so far. Just make sure the music is not too loud. If it is too loud, just go ahead and let me know. Turn it down just a little bit so I can actually talk a little bit over this. So just to let y'all know, for those of you watching, you know maybe looking at the brackets right now. Those brackets are still being edited because we still have people joining and registering in the tournament, which will be closing pretty soon. So, and like I said, to look at today's bracket, you can do ! bracket in the chat to see, the tournament progress, to see who you're going to be competing against and all that. But brackets are still being updated and edited because people are still registering and pressing 1. But like I said, we're closing the brackets in about 2 minutes here. So if you are going to join, just press 1 in the Discord chat, in Tetris Tuesday chat on Discord, and you'll be entered into the bracket. We seed by the what do you call it, the 4-line sprint time. So if you're wondering how that goes along, then that is your answer there. But anyway, let me just go ahead and make sure that we're all set to go. So glad to see y'all here today for this week's Tetris Tuesday tournament. It's going to be a hype one. I think we have probably about 14 to 16 entries if I last counted. 1 second. Anyway, let me go on down and turn up the music volume just a little bit. Actually, never mind. We're good on that. And just there we go. Anyway, so let me just close this now for the poster, at least. So let's go take a look and oops, there we go. So here's the brackets. As y'all can see, you can do ! bracket to see who's going to be competing and whatnot. And also, if you want to tweet us out using hashtag Tetris Tuesday and @VarietyTTV, also look at the Tetris Tuesday post that I made on my Twitter. You can retweet that if you want to get people down to the Tetris Tuesday madness today. But let's go ahead and look at the tournament. Let me just move the chat over so I can see y'all a little bit better. And you know, I cannot respond that well, obviously, if I'm commentating for the matches, but I try to answer as many questions as possible as we go along. But let me just go ahead and see this real quick. We still have the Tetris Tuesday staff editing the brackets right now, and like I said, we seed by the sprint times here. As you can see, the collection of all the player sprint times that we have. We have a collection of probably just about almost 50 players who have competed so far in the Tetris Tuesday tournament. Many are regulars, many are new players who join us once again. So it's good to see that you're all coming back every week. And but yeah, so we're closing in on the tournament bracket. The entries are now closed. So if you try to enter, it is it is going to be closed now. So it is 2:05 PST. And entries will close now. 14 players to enter today's tournament. And let's see who's going to be in the bracket. So we got Cheap, Corona, Mysteries, Sven, Henna, Fizzle, Koro, Tebow, Slubris, Borger, Wolfie Rice, Rutabaga, Modest, and Coordinator. And if your name is not mentioned and you did actually try to seed yourself before the tournament started, just go ahead and let me know. But those are going to be the today's brackets here, today's tournament players. So we're going to start here in just a minute. Just give me quite a minute real quick. Let me just get some water. Alright, so like I said, for the tournament as well, just to be sure I remember, it is a best of 3. So best of 3 rounds until the semifinals, in which it becomes a best of 5 once it hits the semifinals. It is a double elimination tournament that we have every week. That means we have a winners and a losers bracket. You know, that means for those of you not familiar with that, that means if you lose in the winners bracket, you still have a chance to compete in the losers bracket and actually come back to you know, move on further into the tournament. So those are all the chances that you really have. It is a double elimination. It's what we do every week as well. And like I said, the seedings are determined by this 40-line sprint times that we have shown here just a few minutes ago. Now, we're going to do, so I'm just, I'm going back and forth, but also what we're going to be coming up with soon is a channel on Discord, on the Discord for VTV, that kind of details some of the ins and outs of Tetris Tuesday and how the tournament goes, you know, the rules and regulations and all the questions or FAQ that we may answer there. So coming up in the Discord channel at some time this month, it'll be posted up there as well. Also, the website is going well for VTV as well. Just a quick little shout out to the website as well. Yeah, so anyway, that's gonna be I mean, that's gonna be all for what I have to say for the pre tournaments kind of rules and stuff like that. If you have any more questions, go ahead and feel free to ask at any time, and we can update you on what's going on and also explain some of the rules and stuff about the Tetris Tuesday tournament. So looks like this is going to be the official 14 players and seeds as they are here ordered today. So our Tetris staff, I think they did this just right, of course, always on point there. So we see all the 4-line sprint times ready to go, and as you can see, the seedings are right here. And once more, just do !bracket to look at today's brackets, and you know, the same thing like that every single week. So now let's go to the bracket itself before we start with things, and let's see, we have, here we go, round 1. We have 2 first round buys for Corona and Cheap, and the rest will be competing in round 1. Due to some player time constraints and whatnot, we'll be moving some matches to the first being played over the other. So that means first up will be Hannah and Rutabaga coming up here pretty soon. That match will be first played in round 1, so get ready for that and see how that goes. Alright, so now let's go to the Tetris tournament screen. Let's go. Let's move the browser out of the way for tourney. All right. So what we do is we're gonna start a new room. So let me just go to lobby here. Oh, and they have new little interface things that they made. All right. Anyway, let's go create a new room called VTV tournament. All right. Player limit is going to be 2, so spectator limit may be changed here at some point later on if we have too many spectators and you cannot join. Just let us know so we can increase the spectator view and whatnot. Anyway, it's going to be classic default Tetris mode. So now, with that being said, I'm going to go to this Tetris browser, tourney browser. And now, let's officially get the tournament started. Round 1 in the first match. We have Hannah versus Rutabaga coming up first. Let me see. Let's get that going up right now and see what's going on in the Tetris lobby. So like I said, also, each player has an option to warm up in the match if they feel like they need to do so. But you can also opt to skip out of the warm-up and go straight into the match. But let me just go into the Tetris browser. Alright, let me see. And probably turn this down a little bit more because it is getting quite a bit louder now. About 50. There we go. 60, 50 anyway. If the music gets too loud at any point, just go ahead and let me know, and I will try to accommodate for that the best way I can. And there we go, just like that. So we'll go over the rules here, and in just a minute, I'll actually need to add some of the rules will be mostly posted on the Discord channel as well. And I think they're getting ready to go. Wait, that was quick. They already started. Hold on. Wait. Oh, wait. The match was already done. Oh, never mind. Okay, good. They already started warming up. I'm like, wait a minute. That could not have been the first round yet. All right, so here we go. The first match in the way. I'll talk about the rules in just a second and why they were not posted on the Twitch chat. So Rutabaga is going to open with a 2 T-spin triples there to open up on to Hannah, but Hannah is able to down stack this quite efficiently. My bad about that little screen there. And let me just move this to the side. It seems like Rutabaga did pull out something nice out of the bag, a nice opener onto Hannah, but still Hannah's able to down stack combo that pretty well. Rutabaga getting a bit too greedy and a few costly misdrops there, costing the first match. That means Hannah's going to go with a 1-0 lead on a Rutabaga, and now it seems like Hannah's going to go with that DT cannon here coming up pretty soon, and Rutabaga is able to, I believe, PC that off and clear off all of that garbage that Hannah was sending on to Rutabaga. So now it's kind of an even match, but still Hannah with a better playing field right now versus Rutabaga. But still, Hannah with a nice kind of clear lead just by a little bit. Both players kind of neck and neck. Hannah stacking up a bit too high, maybe getting a bit too greedy. Needs to watch out there for any combos that Rutabaga might be sending here quite soon. Rutabaga is looking for that setup here with the T-spin combos, but it seems like Hannah's going to win the 2-0 for the first round versus Rutabaga. Oh, I forgot something there. Nope, that's not it. Where is it at? There we go. So, that takes that match decisively 2-0 to open up the first round. Let me just go to the tourney browser. Like I said, I will post the rules on as a command on the Twitch channel here, the Twitch chat, coming up sometime also later on throughout the month. And I'll explain why I have to wait later on and what's going to be happening in Tetris Tuesday madness going on throughout the end of March. So those are some announcements we're going to make at the end of the tournament, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, nice match. It seems like I was able to take advantage and capitalize on a little bit of that greed coming in for Rutabaga, still able to take that match. A nice 2-0 victory in the first round. So next we're going to have Thibaut Moy versus Salubris. It's going to be the 8th and 9th seed coming together in the first round. Let's go ahead and take a look here. Back to the Tetris browser. It's going to be Thibaut Moy versus Salubris coming up next, round number 1. So, Koro, you're not playing in this next match. It's Thibaut versus Salubris. Let's see if they're both here though. And like I said, please make sure that you are there in your match as well. Also, some people are not watching the stream. Like I said, if you are competing at your current match, you can feel free to pause the stream during your match to make sure you don't lag and whatnot. That is totally understandable, and you know, it is actually more recommended than keeping the stream on while you are playing in your match. It could be a distraction as well. So let me just put this down to about 50 now. So somebody ping Salubris. His match is up next versus Thibaut Moy. So whenever you can get that going. Thibaut Moy versus Salubris up next, the next match in round number 1. Thibaut Moy versus Salubris. Or is it Tebo? I'm hearing that I'm pronouncing it wrong. Is it Tebo? GG. Alright, so we're waiting for so Salubris is here. We're waiting for waiting for Tebomoy, but still not in the room right now. It is a VTV tournament. If you look at the JSS rooms, you can search a VTV tournament and you're able to join. But it seems like we're waiting on him right now. If you can join as quickly as you can, we'll give you about a minute before we have to decide on whether or not to DQ that match. But we'd rather not DQ. I don't like to have to DQ people, but we have to keep things in a timely manner for the rest of the people waiting patiently, competing in today's tournament. So so anyway, 1 more minute left. We're gonna wait for Tebomoy, otherwise we will probably have to DQ. I don't see let's see if Tebo's online. Let's take a look. Well, Tebo seems to be online. We're gonna have to see. But yeah, for the match, we stream winners until we get to the semifinals and quarterfinals. That's when we start streaming some of the lower brackets as well, to add a little bit of spice in there, because they do get quite very competitive in the semifinals and quarterfinals, especially too. So anyway, but it's mainly due to conserving a lot of time. The only time that we streamed the losers bracket entirely, it took a tournament 4 hours to do. With 16 players, 4 hours to complete that tournament. So that was during the VTV Christmas-a-thon Invitational for Tetris Tuesdays. But anyway, it seems like Tebomoy is live online right now, but it seems like they're not able to join the room. So we're gonna have to, unfortunately, probably have to DQ that match. But you know what? I'll be a little bit nice and lenient. I give him some more time. So instead, let's make sure. Let's see if Saven and Modest Tomato can come in this match as well. So Saven and Modest Tomato, go ahead and play your match as well. While they're doing that as well, joining the room, I will say so. I will also mention that when you are in the lower brackets, be sure to play your matches and play your matches separately. And also be sure to report those scores. So whenever you're in these brackets, like I said, play those matches separately, report the scores to us in either Twitch chat or Discord chat, which is much more preferred, and we'll get those scores reported and move on to the lower brackets doing that method there from our Tetris staff. So remember, report those damn scores. Alright, so let me go back here. So Modest and Saven is up next. Modest and Saven for the next match in round 1. I don't see the other player here as well. So it seems like, well, Saven's here in the game lobby, but y'all gonna have to restart that match there. So just one more if that's allowed. But I don't see it says Sven's in here, but I don't see them in the room. So there we go. I'm not sure if this is warm up or not. Hold on. We're gonna have to wait and see what is this warm up or not. Hold on. I'm not sure if this is a warm-up or not, so I can't decide whether or not we're going to commentate on this match. Alright, so this is the warm-up. Like I said, they're going to opt to play into the warm-up right now. That is an option. For every match, you have an option to do a little warm-up, but it is only limited to 1. So we're right now watching the warm-up to see what they're going to be probably pulling out of the bag. It seems like Modest trying to go for that tower setup that we might see during his matches coming along here. Saven is one of the more of the newer players that we have seen in the Tetris Tuesday tournament series. I believe Saven's only competed in about 2 or probably 1 or 2 tournaments so far, but still getting the name out there and giving us a great view of what his playing style is going to be like. So both, I mean, Saven's kind of a relatively new player. So we can't wait to see how this kind of turns out. and what strategies they're going to be using in this match. The first match is underway. Seems like Sven and Modest both going with the same T-spin double setups, but it seems like Sven's probably getting there a little bit quicker with that Tetris as well, and a triple following up to that as well. It seems like Sven has a nice clean playing field with some good garbage to stack up from. That downstack combo was really efficient. Modest Tomato did not have enough to downstack with there, and it seems like some misdrops unfortunately cost him the match, and those pieces were not coming down for him as he wanted to. But it seems like Modest Tomato is going to set up that DT cannon there. There goes the first T-spin triple. There goes another. So 2 T-spin triples coming into the cannon, but it seems like that the T-spin double following after that was not able to go through. They are Modest Tomato though was not able to find that setup both times in the match there. Unfortunately, a few mishaps there, just not being able to find the pieces there and coming on time with those setups, and it seems like Sven was able to punish that clearly enough, coming there a bit quicker to their setups, and just staying a bit more consistent as far as just some clear T-spin doubles coming back and forth while Modest was waiting for those setups to come through. So that means 2-0. GG for Sven. He's going to move on into round number 2 of the winner's bracket. Let me just go ahead and pan the screen over here. That means he's going to move on. Hopefully they can mark that down. I don't know if the Tetris staff marked that down. Hold on. Let me just make sure that's in. Next match is going to be Kodo versus Burger. Borger. I mean, why did I say Burger? But it's Borger. Okay. So, Kodo versus Borger coming up next for the next match in round number 1. Let's see if they're both here and ready to go. And like I said, Modest and Rutabaga, once you are there, make sure you play your match out separately and report the score to us in that bracket. But now we have, like I said, Borger versus Kodo, probably AFK, but we don't want to disqualify 2 people in a row. We don't want to have 2 DQs in round 1. That would be quite unfortunate. Like I said, state really clearly that the tournament starts at 2 p.m. PST. So make sure that you are able to come in on time and join the tournament once you do that as well. DQs are never fun to hand out for not coming in time and showing up to the stream, but we have one more minute Kodo to join the match. We're gonna have to ping him as well. Somebody please ping them in the chat to make sure that they're gonna come along and they're ready for their match. So 1 more minute for Kodo to join this match, otherwise we will have to skip on a Mystery and Clonator and then Fizzle on Wolfie Rice, and then we'll go back for the second roundabout for those 2 missed matches that we had to skip if they're not there. Welcome to we might eventually get to play Tuesday. That is right. And if people are able to come to their matches on time, we'll not have to have those situations. You know, we have a lot of people that are playing the tournaments, a lot of people also who love to see the matches coming in a timely manner, so we try to accommodate for those people who are waiting patiently enough. So I do thank y'all for your patience so far, nonetheless. So it seems like Kodo's not going to be coming by anytime soon, so we have to skip to Mystery and Clonator 5, and then Fizzle and Wolfie Rice will be the next match after that. We'll come back to those 2 matches later, and if they're not there, we're just going to have to DQ them from the matches, unfortunately. So that means Mystery and Clonator up next here in round number 1. So Mystery and Clonator, go ahead and join the match. Oh, never mind, Kodo's here. Oh, we were just about to skip that, so I guess they're going to go and come by now. Oh. I guess, yeah. They're going to skip the warm-up now, so we're actually into this match now. Oh, I almost coughed there. Something came by my throat. So my bad, folks. Actually, in the match, I didn't see that. My bad. But Borger's gonna come up with a nice Tetris there, coming up from the down stack from the garbage there. Very clean garbage from both of these players, both kind of neck and neck at the moment, but it seems like Borger, with a clean playing field, could possibly have a nice opportunity to go ahead and PC this if he is able to do so. Borger is still with that kind of a misdrop there, but still is able to tuck in that J piece. It seems like Borger now is in a bit of trouble there. Kuro, though, coming in with that more consistent setup, and I think that's whoa, hold on. All right, so there goes the 1-0 lead. I don't know if they warmed up or not, but there goes the 1-0 lead. I'm gonna have to assume for Kuro. Probably is a 1-1 tie. I didn't see if they started playing already, but that's my bad, folks. I didn't know they were already playing if that was the case. So that was my bad. So it seems like Kuro's giving a little bit of trouble to Borger now. That might be a 2-0 or 2-1. I'm not quite sure here, and it seems like those misdrops from Borger cost him the match there, and that's going to be a 2-1, I believe. I'm not sure if that was a 2-0 or 2-1 because that one match point that Borger got, I'm not sure if that was a warm-up or not. So okay, all right, so it is a 2-0. Okay, there we go. 2-0 for Kuro versus Borger. We just came back just in time as they began playing, so my bad, folks. But still, GG for Kuro. That means he's gonna move on to the round number 2. But still a nice match from Kuro, just staying a bit more consistent, punishing those mistakes, punishing those misdrops there from Borger just in time with more consistent T-spin double setups there. It seems like a lot of good skimming on Kuro's part, just keeping that, despite having a more of a cluster in the playing field, able to come back and down stack very efficiently into those combos and give Borger a run for his money. So that's a 2-0 lead, 2-0 match for Kuro. Now we're going to go back to the tournament brackets. Like I said, to look at today's brackets, do exclamation mark bracket in the chat so you can see who's going to be competing today and how the matches are playing out. So now the next match is going to be Mystery versus Colnator 5, who is going to be coming up next. The second to last match in round number 1. Mystery versus Colnator 5. And let's see if they're going to be up here. Let's take a look. So once they both join, there we go. So like I said, they can opt to skip in the warm-up or not. Let's kind of see. So Mystery and Colnator are both going to warm up here in this match. So let me just breathe for a second. But I am a bit stumbly today because I could have really used a nap. Did not get enough enough sleep as I'd like to last night. So we are a bit off the grid there. Give me a second. Alright, so there goes the warm-up. Mystery needs to stop stacking up because the warm-up is over. Alright. There we go. So the room win is going to be countered and set to 0. So here we go. Colnator versus Mystery. The first match of this round, of this series now. Of the series. Colnator trying to set up a nice T-spin double there. But it seems like Mystery going to go up with a few Tetrises of his own to open up the match there. It was a very great opener for Mystery. A bit of a misdrop there from the S piece, unfortunately, but still able to set up that T-spin double onto Colnator. A bit more consistent. Colnator's in some danger. He might be topping out here soon. And there goes the 1-0 series lead, taking that match off of Colnator in the series right now. Mystery opened up with a nice simple T-spin double there on the Colnator, and Colnator trying to get that Tetris combo up there. That is a missed drop T-spin right there. That's going to cost him the match there. A huge spike there for Mystery with a I don't know if that was a PC or not, but that was a huge spike there. Some nice could have been either the a couple consecutive T-spin triples or a PC there, but that was a huge spike, huge combo from Mystery. That's going to be a 2-0 series lead there, and it's going to take the series for Mystery. So GG, and Mystery going to move on 2-0 coming into round number 2. So let me just go ahead and go back to the browser here for a second. Gotta refresh Mystery and Colnator. Let's see how this is going to go along. So make sure you report your scores if you can. I think there are some scores that have not been reported just yet, actually. So let's take a look. We got 2-1. All right. So I don't know what the Tetris staff are, but make sure if you're still here, bracket editors, that you can report those matches as well. So next up is going to be Fizzle versus Wolfie Rice coming up next. Oh, my bad. I do have word that we might have to DQ somebody, unfortunately, because they're not able to make it. I just now saw that message there, so my apologies. Yep, Tevo is going to have to be DQ'd there, unfortunately, so that means round 1, this is going to be the last match of round 1 for Fizzle versus Wolfie Rice, and then we'll move on into the next match. But like I said, please, in the bottom brackets, report your scores. You've done a great job of doing that as well. But Tetris staff as well, just be sure to keep helping us edit the brackets as they report their scores. So Wolfie Rice versus Fizzle is up in this match now. We're waiting for Wolfie Rice. He does have a... we'll give him a minute to join here, or to indicate that he is ready to go. So Wolfie Rice is in the lobby now. They're going to decide on a warm-up right now. Wolfie is here, so we're still good to go. Let me just make sure that we're going to edit these... Alright, so they're going to opt for the warm-up right now. So while they do that, let me just keep editing the brackets for a second. Alright. People are going to have to forfeit, unfortunately, and so need to declare a winner of this match, though. Lubris. There we go. Alright, so they're going to still in the warm-up right now, so we're going to have to see how that goes along. Alright, so Fizzle versus Wolfie Rice. Let's go back to the screen now. And the warm-up at least is now over, so good luck, have fun to both of you. So here we go, the match is now underway. Good luck, have fun to both players. It seems like Fizzle is going to open up with a quick D-spin double. Going to be instantly, the damage is going to be instantly offset by Wolfie Rice's combo as well. Wolfie's now is setting up with that misdrop there from the LPs, but still going to be able to counterplay that pretty well and downstack that through the and fix that misdrop and mistake that he made there. Fizzle now setting up for a quick D-spin double followed by a Tetris here. It seems like it's going to be putting a lot of pressure on the Wolfie right now. Both players kind of neck and neck, but Wolfie doing just a bit of a costly misdrop, and now he's putting some more pressure on the Fizzle from that downstack combo. Fizzle's under some pressure here. He needs to find these pieces to go ahead and try to downstack this efficiently. There goes the Tetris, I mean the single well there from that garbage. 2 single wells down there, and that's going to actually put him up in a good position now. Wolfie Rice in some danger, and now Fizzle forfeits the match, or not the match, but that first round. Hold on a second. Fizzle's got a BRB, so I don't think we'll count that. Depending on what's going to be. 1 second, folks. 1 second. We got some technical difficulties. All right, so that's gonna be we're gonna count that one as the free one for Wolfie. So that's gonna be a 1-0 match here for Wolfie Rice. And now here we go back to the second match. Wolfie Rice up in the series 1-0 versus Fizzle. Wolfie Rice going to come in with that T-spin double setup there, followed by a double here for the opener. But it seems like Fizzle going to do a huge spike on Wolfie Rice there. A nice combo there from Fizzle, putting on a lot of pressure on the Wolfie right now, almost being forced to top out here. Wolfie's going to have to look for that Tetris combo there, and there goes to the Tetris and the double T-spin double. And now Fizzle's in some danger too. Both players kind of neck and neck, almost in danger of topping out here. It seems like Wolfie Rice now going to go with that misdrop there from the eyepiece, and that's going to cost him a lot. That's going to be a 1-1 series tie there from that huge costly misdrop on Wolfie Rice, unfortunately. So now the match here is tied in the series right now, and Fizzle is trying to set up for that T-spin double to open up here. A nice Tetris there from Fizzle, putting on a lot of pressure once again. A huge opportunity to go ahead and T-spin double to Tetris combo back and forth. And it seems like Wolfie now is in a little bit of danger, though he is able to down stack that quickly enough from Fizzle's damage as well. Fizzle with the 4-wide setup on the side there. That 4-wide is going to do just enough to go ahead and set up a lot of garbage on the Wolfie Rise. GG for Fizzle, 2-1 series lead. Fizzle moves on to round 2. GG. That 4-wide setup at the end really put Fizzle up ahead a notch there at the end, putting a lot of pressure on Wolfie Rise, just enough to go ahead and top him out there. So now Fizzle, a great series there, a great end to that series as well. So let's go ahead and update the brackets here in the browser. Let's go ahead and do that right now. 2-1 series lead for Fizzle. Alright, so now, like I said, folks, just be sure to Clonator and Wolfie Rice to report your scores as well. I don't know if their match has happened yet or not, but you're both in the brackets there, so make sure you... Oh, never mind, I forgot. That just... Wolfie Rice just moved to that bracket because of the Fizzle match, but make sure you get that match started and report it as quickly as you can once the match is finished. So now, for round number 2 here. Let's get that started here quickly enough in just a moment for Cheep versus Salubris, the first match of round number 2. So they're going to be both in the lobby, like I said, going to opt to warm up or not. And let's see. The Tetris browser. So Cheep says he needs 5 minutes. Or 10 to 15 minutes, that's all good. To... Alright. So anyway, instead of doing that, we're going to move on to Sven versus Hannah. That's going to be the next match coming up. I forgot. Hannah is on a time constraint, so we're going to have to do that match first. So Sven versus Hannah going to be the first match coming up in round number 2. So Sven and Hannah, if you can both join the lobby now, so we can get started with the with your match. There's a lot going on in the Discord chat as well. So I'm just letting everyone know in the So Cheap's going to be coming home a little bit later, probably about 10 to 15 minutes, so we're going to be playing that match last. So Hannah versus Sven, your match is up first. Sven, you have about a few minutes to join here, so there we go. Sven's now in the lobby. Alright, so they are going to opt in to warm up. So it seems like they are... Modest says Sven's a top 8 finisher in the HDO tournament. I was not aware. I need to look at the bracket as well. So a top 8 HDO tournament, finisher. That is quite an impressive feat to accomplish there, if that is the case. Oh, Hannah's a top 8. Alright, so Hannah is a top 8 HDO finisher. I'm like, wait a minute. 15 APM in 2019. The memes already coming on from the game chat. Alright, so good luck, have fun to both. It seems like the warm-up is over for this match, so let's go ahead and see how this is going to be transpiring here. It seems like Hannah's going to come in for a... actually, that was a quick T-spin double opener, followed from the L-spin there at the beginning. That was a quite an interesting setup. It seems like Hannah did not get the setup that she wanted, but still able to put on a bit more consistent damage on Sven here. And it seems like the downstack combo is going to be too much here, but still Sven's going to be able to downstack this pretty efficiently as well. Both doing a great job. Now Sven with a bit of a miss drop there from the J piece, going to have to play through that and burn through that garbage there. Another miss drop there from the S piece. Not the best pieces to to be playing through to correct that misdrop right now. The mistake might be costly for Sven if Hannah manages to punish through that as well. Sven just looking for the setup right now for that overhang setup for that T-spin, but it seems like Sven's not going to get the setup that he wants there, and Hannah putting on a lot of pressure now. Sven's almost saying you're topping out there. It goes to 1-0. Hannah being a bit more consistent, just punishing bit by bit for those mistakes there and misdrops, and Hannah's going to move on 1-0 for the series so far. Hannah with the series lead, and now setting up the overhang for that T-spin double. There goes a T-spin triple as well, putting on a lot of damage early on to Sven, but now Sven's able to actually counterplay that a little bit right now. A bit of a misdrop there, but able to tuck in from the L piece there to save that misdrop. Another misdrop from the T piece. Not the best match for Sven right now with those misdrops. Gonna have to correct those mistakes though, but still in danger topping out, and that's gonna be a 2-0 series match. GG for Hannah, and going to be doing a great job of punishing those mistakes there, grabbing the win for this series and moving on to round number 3 in the winners bracket. Let's go back to the tournament browser. Sven did a great job, sitting up with those openers, but unfortunately did not finish too strong there from those misdrops. But it happens to all of us there. So anyway, Hannah going to be moving on with a nice 2-0 match there. On to round number 3 versus Sven. Now, it seems like we're going to have Corona versus Koto coming up next in round number 2. Even in the warm-ups, as we can see there, Hannah was, with that 15 APM, coming back strong there in the match to show us that the 15 APM is just a lie. Just as they say in Portal, the cake is a lie. So, and indeed showing that philosophy to be true here in that match that we just witnessed there. So let's go back to the browser. We have Corona versus Koto coming up next. Let's move on into the Tetris screen there. All right, so both players, I believe, are ready to go now. They're in the okay, so Koto's here. All right, both. It seems like we're having a bit of trouble joining in the match, so we're gonna give this a few moments here. And like I said, make sure if you're in the lower brackets to report your scores. Keep that going up and letting us know how that goes. Pollinator versus Wolfie Rice. I don't know if the match is reported yet or not. Okay, so they just now started that. All right, and then Sven versus Borger. Make sure you play that match in the lower bracket round number 2 as well if you can, and report those scores to us. Yeah, thank you all for being on top of that. So Corona versus Kudo up next. I'm not sure what is going on at the moment. Let's see who's in the actual room at the moment. So Corona's here. Kudo was just here just a minute ago. They both are here. They just got disconnected, so we're good to go. Just had a little DC problem to face there. So they are going to decide whether or not to warm up here. So they're just going to have a little discussion here. Some tea and bread to decide. Okay, so they are going to warm up. It seems like Corona is going to be speaking this match in Spanish here. They're both speaking in Spanish now as to deciding how the warm-up is going to be played out here. So now they're ready to go for the warm-up there. It seems like we have a great presence of international players in here. We have players from the UK, players from many parts of Europe, the US, and also I can't say that these two are from I don't think so. I think it's just a meme, but still. Anyway, so the warm-up is over now, and it seems like we get to see what's going to be happening here for this match. Ugh. Ugh. So they are going to get started here. Just let's take a look now at this warm-up here. Corona versus Cordo. Let's see who's going to be coming out first. It seems like Kuro coming up with that first match set. That is a T-spin triple there, followed by a T-spin double, but still, I think the T-spin triple might have missed. There goes a huge miss. Well, not a huge, but a missed drop there from Corona from the LP. So might cost him a little bit more. Just putting out a lot of pressure being put on the Corona from Corona now. Just a bit more pressure now, but still Corona being able to down stack this efficiently and offsetting all that damage there and setting up a nice opportunity to go ahead and set up a Tetris followed by a T-spin double there. And now Cordo's on the other end of that stick, just filling out a lot of pressure right now. But it seems like there is another opportunity to down stack there from the combo here. There goes a nice T-spin setup here from that Tetris as well. And now going to be putting on some more pressure on the Corona. Both players kind of neck and neck. And now Cordo is going to be setting up another Tetris there, followed by another T-spin from Cordo. But still, Corona's not having it, setting up a lot of pressure from those Tetrises back and forth on the Corona. And now Cordo's in a lot of danger right now, topping out still with some very clean garbage. So that counterplay opportunity is there. And Corona is now being put on some more pressure on still trading blows back and forth as to who has the upper hand, the better playing field, and more pressure. It seems like Corona now, with that huge well there, being able to go ahead and down stack that pretty efficiently and set up a counterplay for Corona. Both players still neck and neck. Going to be a close match at the moment. Corona going to be setting up for that Tetris there, looking for that setup from the looking for a nice T-spin setup once again. And it seems like Cordo's just going to be just there, looking for that setup there. The T-spin was missed opportunity, unfortunately, because the setup was wrong. The overhang was not there for Corona. Now that might be costing him a little bit more because of the pressure being built up from Corona, in danger of topping out now here. There goes a quick T-spin though, but still the pieces are not coming there for Corona right now. Looking for that setup once again. There goes a quick T-spin though, and Corona is just going to be punishing that little mistake there, missing that T-spin setup there at the end, and Corona going to be moving on 1-0 in the series so far on match point. So here we go, 1-0 lead for Corona in this match right now. There was an opportunity to possibly PC clear there, and now Corona's going to be setting up a nice little T-spin triple once again by a T-spin double, followed by that as well. A nice TT cannon there from Corona, but still Corona's going to be able to down stack that efficiently because it's not going to work versus them, unfortunately. And now Corona is really going to press the put a foot on the gas and the pedal right now. I had a cough there for a second, and there is a nice Tetris setup there. Another T-spin from Corona, putting on some more pressure, being a little bit more consistent back and forth, getting to those combos a little bit quicker, and those setups from Corona. But still, it seems like Corona's going to be able to also do a great job of counterplaying. Both players really doing a nice job of down stacking as well, and getting themselves into another clean playing field position. And it seems like Corona's putting a lot more pressure on Corona right now. Corona's looking for that setup right now for that T-spin, but it seems like they may be in danger of topping out here soon if they don't clean up that garbage. Corona has a nice chance to punish this playing field right now, and that could have been a setup for a PC, but they're just going to settle in for a Tetris instead. But Corona now is going to be able to downstack that clearly enough, and Corona was not able to capitalize on that opportunity, unfortunately, but still putting on a lot of pressure. So that still might be an opportunity to go ahead and set up their opponent to top out here. Corona is still offsetting the damage being set up from Corona right now. There goes a nice T-spin followed by a Tetris there, and that's going to be a 2-0 for Corona. GG. Moving on to round number 3. Yeah, that was my bad. That was the missed call there. I thought for a second it was going to be a PC, but I saw, oh wait, the setup was not there for that. So RIP 2019 FD907. All right. But anyway, a nice 2-0 match for Corona there. Just at the end, pulling in that clutch counterplay a bit more efficiently versus Corona there, and setting it up well, just punishing that. I mean, not really punishing, but capitalizing on those opportunities when Corona was not able to set up their playing fields a bit better. Corona just capitalizing a little bit better at the end there towards each match to top out Corona there, and that's going to be a nice 2-0 match. It seems like we have not gotten a well, we only got one clear match, but The rest of these have been sweeps so far, and now it's going to be Mystery versus Fizzle. Mystery versus Fizzle going to be up next in this match. And let me just go ahead and show y'all the browser here. And make sure y'all keep reporting those scores, reporting those matches there. I did not see any match reports just yet, but still make sure you report those matches so we can get that going. But where is the Tetris staff right now? I don't know where they are at, unfortunately. But Mystery versus Fizzle coming up next here. I believe they're going to set up for a warm-up right now. So yeah, they both are going to warm up. I'll be looking at the scores here in just a minute. So I do not see any scores reported. Just make sure we please report those scores to me. Right, so here we go. Good luck, have fun to both. It seems like Mystery setting up just for a quick Tetris combo there on a Fizzle. Still a bit more consistent, but Fizzle able to down stack that pretty well and offset all that damage for Mystery. Both players kind of neck and neck at the moment, looking for their setups right now. It seems like Mystery is going to go for just a quick 2 Tetrises right now. 2 Tetrises quickly from Mystery. Going to put a lot of pressure on the Fizzle still, and Fizzle not able to set up that T-spin. Overhang was not there, unfortunately, so that's not going to count as a T-spin. There goes 2 a quick Tetris and a double there from that garbage. So very clean garbage, able to down stack through that right now. And Fizzle able to clean up the playing field a lot more now from those garbage wells there. But Fizzle, but Mystery still trying to set up some danger on a Fizzle right now. Mystery is in a bit of danger themselves, but now Fizzle with a bit not too clean garbage, a little bit there. And now Fizzle able to be a bit more consistent. There goes a T-spin double there, and that's going to be just a quick top out there for Mystery. 1-0 versus Fizzle in this match so far. I need some water. Sorry about that, folks. So there goes a quick Tetris and 2 T-spin doubles for that opener for Mystery right now. Fizzle's looking for that combo once again to down stack through that garbage right now. Fizzle in a lot of danger there, but the garbage is very clean and cut there. So Fizzle's not going to be in a lot of danger as long as Fizzle's able to down stack that clearly enough. Not going to be in too much trouble there. Mystery's in some danger there. A miss drop there from the T piece there, and Mystery is looking for the combo once again. There goes the overhang setup for Mystery, setting up the nice T-spin double. Fizzle with a bit of a misdrop there, and that's going to cost Fizzle the match there. Unfortunately, Mystery able to punish that mistake there from Fizzle. Going to be stacked up a bit too high, unfortunately. Missed the huge well opportunity there in the middle, and now Mystery going to move on 2-0 on to round number 3. GG for Mystery. A great match, as we can see right now. Let me just go to the browser once again. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look. Mystery is going to move on a 2-0 match versus Fizzle here. All right, so let's take a look. Before we move on into the round number 2, the last match of it, let's make sure that we have these matches reported. Like I said, please report those scores. We still don't have the results from the lower bracket round number 1 reported. I'm not sure if that was a long match or not, but let's take a look. We're gonna update these. Okay, on Discord, thank you for this is why our Tetris staff needs to be on board so we can update these brackets. All right, so 2-1 Colinator is gonna move on in that lower bracket there. I don't know if cheep is here or not yet. Cheep is not here yet, so let's just take a bit of an opportunity to update these brackets while we wait. We'll give Cheep a few more minutes since he is coming home a little bit late, it seems like. Fizzle versus Tipo Moy, Kuro versus Modest, and Sven versus Borger. Y'all need to report your matches if you can. That would be very much appreciated here. So yeah, Tebow, my bad, Tebow DQs again because of that match that DQ'd in the tournament. So I mean, Fizzle moves on in that match. Unfortunately, we have to DQ, like I said. And Kuro versus Modest Tomato is that next match. So let's take a look. Oh wait, Warfare House has 2. That's right, my bad, folks. I missed that completely. Rest in peace, my bad. So that's a little fix up there, my bad, folks. But Kuro versus Modest Tomato and Sven versus Burger, if y'all can report those scores. Let's see, so Kuro's gonna move 2-0 in that bracket. So let's go and report that score. 2-0 in this bracket for Kuro, so let's go and do that. And then Sven and Burger is the next match that needs to be reported. I'm not sure if y'all have played that match yet, but make sure you keep if you move on to the lower brackets, just look at the brackets yourselves to keep updating that as well. Cheep is here. He needs just a minute to start. So last match of round number 2 is up, though we do not want to have to skip the match there, but we can probably accommodate for that a little bit if we are able to like skip that match for a second and then go to the round number 3 match versus Corona Mystery to accommodate. We really don't want to. So let's see if Cheep is here in the room right now. Cheep is not here yet, so let's see what's going on. So welcome as well, Pizza. Thank you for joining, and all the follow. I forgot to mention anyone who's followed like when the stream started before we actually got live. You know, thank y'all for that as well. And the hosts, we saw some of you there. I believe somebody called Gamer was in there and followed and actually hosted before even hearing about us. So that was pretty awesome. But make sure y'all keep going out and tweeting us at Variety TTV using hashtag Tetris Tuesday. Let people know about what's going on, and also retweet the tweet about Tetris Tuesday officially from VTV if you want to let the word being spread. I see 4 retweets and stuff that are still going on, so thank you all very much for getting those Twitter triggers out there and setting us up for some great success for the Tetris Tuesday tournament. So it seems like Cheep is now in the room. He's ready to go versus Libris. We have the warm-up is set up here, so let's just go back to the bracket. All right, and to look at that, just do a exclamation mark bracket to stay up to date with the tournament brackets and see how that is going to go along. So now the warm-up is going on right now, so let me just take some water as that happens. I'll be right back. Never mind, the warm-up was quick. Where did my water fall off to the floor? There it is. All right, so good luck, have fun with both players. It seems like Cheap's gonna set up with a quick T-spin double, 2 Tetris combo there on the Salubris. That's gonna be a lot of pressure right now, setting up yet another T-spin. Oh, there goes an Imperial Tower setup there from Cheep. There are 2 T-spin doubles in a row coming on to Salubris right now. A lot of pressure being put on to Salubris, trying to downstack through that garbage there from Cheep. It seems like Salubris is going to do a very nice job of downstacking that. The opening garbage setup from Cheep did not do too much from the downstacking from Salubris, but still Salubris in a bit of a pickle here. If Cheep is able to go ahead and capitalize on that opportunity right now, but it seems like Cheep is not able to do that, unfortunately. So still going to look for that setup once again to top out Salubris here, but it seems like both players putting on the pressure back and forth, trading some blows here, and now Cheep with the last minute clear is it. Well, not I didn't say PC, I just said clear, but the last minute Tetris combo there is able to, T-spin combo able to go ahead and top out Salubris there. I didn't know it was going to give him that big of a stack of damage, but I'm not sure if Salubris was piled up a bit too high in the grid, but it seems like that might have been the case. I wasn't watching Salubris' screen at the end of that, unfortunately, but let's go back to the match. There goes a miss drop there from Salubris, going to miss the opener there. Unfortunately, there goes 2 T-spin, a quick T-spin triple there from Cheep as well. A nice opener from both players, but it seems like they're going to be both stacked up pretty high as far as their playing field goes. The grid's going to be, but now Cheep is going to be trying to set up a nice Tetris double T-spin combo there, and that's going to be just some very quick consistent play Very quick consistent playing field right now for Cheap, and that's going to be a 2-0 series lead. Going to move Cheap on to round number 3. GG. Rest in peace. Another missed call for me. It was not a tower, it was a fractal. But anyway, my bad about that, folks. Like I said, it's an off week for me because I didn't get enough sleep last night, so I'm missing a lot of calls today. So Cheap versus Hannah is up next. Rest in peace, 2019. Anyway, let's go and look at this. Cheap and Hannah's up next. So nice playing field from Cheap at the end, though, setting up a lot of damage at the end. So now here comes round number 3. Make sure I report those scores. I'm not sure if anyone's reported it yet. But the Vandenborger have not played yet. I'm not quite sure what's going on with that. That is a complicated situation. Oh wait, no, that's right. No, Borg. Okay, Sven 2-0. Okay, never mind. What am I doing here? Sven 2-0 that match. I didn't see that. My bad. But Fizzle and Cordell, make sure you play that match out. And Wolf Rice versus Slubris, make sure you play that as well. Alright, so let's go ahead and move on back to the Tetris browser here. And I think they're going to go for a warm-up right now. Okay, they are. What am I doing here? FD 2019. So Fizzle 2-1 for that Coral match. All right, thank you very much for updating us on that as well. So we're gonna update the brackets here in just a minute, but make sure I make a note. Fizzle 2-1 in that bracket. So good luck, have fun. Cheap versus Hannah, gonna be an interesting match here today. Oh, I forgot to update on round number 3. My bad, folks. And it seems like Cheap with a bit of a misdrop there from the T piece, but still going to be having a nice playing field, a nice well done the left side of the grid there for a nice Tetris setup, and this is going to be putting a lot of pressure on Hannah right now. I didn't see the opener setups from both, unfortunately, because I was looking at the round, but Hannah with a few misdrops as well, going to cost her dearly, and Cheap just able to punish that mistake, and that's going to be a 1-0 series lead so far for Cheap. And now here comes the next match. Cheap with just a quick, efficient T-spin double setup there. A bit of a misdrop there from the J piece from Cheap there, but still setting up a nice playing field versus Hannah. A lot of pressure being put right now. Very quick to the setups versus Hannah right now. It seems like Cheap's getting there with a bit more quick responsive time versus Hannah right now. Hannah with a bit of a misdrop there as well from the L piece that might be costing her a bit of the damage here, and time is going to be delaying quite a bit there. Gonna miss the L piece there. That's going to be 2 costly misdrop matches for Hannah. That's going to be a 2-0 series win for Cheap. So GG. Now Cheap moves on into this. I believe that's the semifinals now. Let's take a look. That is right. Cheap moves on into the semifinals. 2-0. So anyway, now Corona versus Mystery is going to be coming up next in round number 3. So let me just do that here. Make sure you do exclamation mark bracket to see who's going to be up next. But round number 3. So, Corona versus Mystery, the second and third seed. Quite interesting. Going to be seeing who's going to move on into the semifinals for this round. So let's go back into the tournament. I mean, the Tetris browser. So once Corona's here as well, make sure you join the room. Gotta give him a little bit of time, like a minute or so, to join that room and get that started here. But my bad about the missed call there, folks. I just yeah, that was unfortunate at the top in there. But anyway, I'm gonna take a few minutes to, a moment to grab some water again. I keep forgetting where I dropped my water to the floor. So we're gonna be waiting for Corona to join the room here for a second. So give me just a minute, folks, and make sure you ping Corona if you see him in the Discord or whatnot. Ping Corona and make sure that they are able to join the room. All right. So Corona is back in the lobby here. Let's go and see if they're gonna warm up or not. My bad, folks. I didn't just see that. All right. So they are doing their warm up right now. So we're gonna give them a little bit of space and room at the moment to see how that's gonna be. Yeah. So I don't always commentate Tetris, but when I do, it's a GG. Stay hydrated, my friends. But yeah, just make sure, you know, for any advice for anyone who's commentating out there, it doesn't matter if it's Tetris, but you know, especially if the game that you're commentating is fast-paced, you really need to stay hydrated as well in general. But also if you stream, you know, stay hydrated, keep some water going. It just keeps your brain focused, your muscles working better, and you know, you're actually a bit more flexible. Because your muscles are like kind of lubricated from the water that you have swallowed. So make sure that you stay hydrated 24/7. But anyway, back to the game now. Good luck, have fun. Here we go into the match. Corona versus Mystery, and that's going to be a quick Tetris there from Corona on Mystery. Both players kind of neck and neck. Mystery with a huge spike on Corona. I wasn't sure what the setup was there. Unfortunately, I did not see the left side of the screen from Mystery, but that was a huge spike there at the end from Mystery. I would have to assume came from a T-spin triple setup there. I unfortunately did not catch that in time. Like I said, I am a bit off today from my lack of sleep. Anyway, Mystery going for a very long Tetris setup there. 2 Tetrises in a row, 3 Tetrises from Mystery, another Tetris. It seems like 4 Tetrises in a row for Mystery. It doesn't seem like it's not very effective here versus Corona, because they're able to go ahead and downstack that pretty well versus Mystery. And now there goes a bit of a misdrop there. Mystery may have backfired from that from the quad Tetris opener at the beginning, and now they're going to have to, Mystery's going to be forced to downstack here just a little bit. Corona with a better playing field at the moment, but now Mystery putting on a lot of pressure now with that T-spin double and Tetris setup there. Corona with a lot of garbage though, but still able to downstack that pretty clearly, because Corona's garbage is actually not that devastating. Not a lot of destruction and damage being set here. Corona offsetting the damage pretty well, downstacking and clearing the garbage here at a quite efficient rate at the moment, as we can see. So despite the huge combos being set up for Mystery, Corona is able to counterplay that pretty well. A very defensive based playstyle that we can see from Corona, as Mystery is, you know, we can see being more of the aggressor in this match, just setting up those combos back and forth. And now Corona being kind of forced to downstack here a little bit, and now being put into a lot more pressure there. Mystery at the end though, with those more consistent setups, a few T-spin doubles in a row, just kind of able to finally get there. And I think, you know, pretty much this was kind of just like a straight up jab and attack, just back and forth, consistent aggressive play style that we have seen from Mystery, just waiting for the opportunity to come, you know, just being, you know, if one opportunity is going to miss, the next one might not. So that was an interesting play style and kind of strategy that we've seen from that match on Mystery's end, as we saw that Mystery was kind of able to, but despite missing some of those combos being set, just at one point find that one slight opportunity to go and keep that consistency up to capitalize on the very, you know, one mistake that he might have made there. So good job there for Mystery. Let's go ahead to there goes GG for Mystery, and that's going to be a 2-0 series lead there. I mean, series win. So, Cheep and Mystery are in the semifinals, but before we do that, let's just go ahead and update these brackets here, folks. Do not go into the room yet. We're going to be updating the brackets here. So, Salubris was on a 2-1 match lead versus Wolfie Rice. Let's go ahead and do that right now. And then Fizzle also was able to 2-1 versus. So we're not playing the semifinals yet, folks. Give me a second. So Fizzle, I think, yeah, Fizzle 2-1 versus Hurdle here. So 2-1. All right, and then also Seven versus Lubris. What was the match result for that? I forget what was the match result for that. So give me a second here, folks. Hold on. Give me a second. Let me see. What was the match result there? Darn it, this is why we need the Tetris staff. Might be sleeping today. And then Hannah also was able to 2-0 in this match here as well. So Hannah's gonna move on into the quarterfinals of the lower bracket here. So who was this match ever played? Was this match ever played? Was this match okay, hold on. I didn't see any score reports here. So Savannah and Salubris, what happened there? I didn't see any scores being reported. If somebody could please like ping me or something. That match was supposed to be played a long time ago. A long time ago. So not sure what was happening there. So they could possibly still be in the match, which is totally fine if that's the case. But what is going on? Are they in the match, or have they already played it? So somebody may have actually had to leave as well. So let's kind of see what's going on around here. All right, so yeah, so Savannah and Salubris are playing right now, and after that we're gonna go into Corona versus whoever the winner of Savannah and Salubris is. We're gonna wait like a few minutes for the Savannah and Salubris match to play out, and then when we get back, we're gonna go with the lower bracket round 4, which is kind of the quarterfinals, I believe. Let's just do that. Hold on. And we're gonna have to play Hannah's match first too, to make sure that Hannah's not gonna go home. I mean, not forfeit. I mean, too soon as well. If we're able to play the match there, but if not, so we're not gonna have to make sure that this does not go on too long there. So let's see if Savannah Salubris, what the match result for that is. So, and then yeah, so Corna's gonna have to fight the winners of Has gonna have to fight the winner of whoever wins against Corona. So you might as well I guess try to eat some dinner if you can as well, and then we'll get into that pretty soon as well, Hannah. So if you want to grab some dinner or something, you know, or eat, we'll try to see how that goes, and we can actually skip that match. We can actually skip your match for a little bit and then head on to the semifinals if so yeah, that's the case there. But we're gonna wait for the match to play out versus Savannah and Salubris. So until then, we're gonna be just right back. I'm gonna be leaving the brackets here. Like I said, make sure to keep your Twitter triggers out there. And also tweet us out using hashtag Tetris Tuesday at VarietyTV. Also, but yeah, we're gonna go into a bit of a little wait for the brackets here. To look at today's brackets, always be sure to catch up with it and stay up to date. Just do !bracket in the chat, and it'll give you a link to the brackets for today's tournament and every tournament that we do. And there will be a rules command being added on later on. It probably during this month for the Tetris Tuesday tournaments. But until then, we'll be right back waiting for what comes next from the bracket. So I'm probably gonna grab a sandwich, a PB&J. You know, actually, let me drink some water real quick. Alright, so I guess I'll talk for a bit while they are playing the matches, but something else that we could possibly do here as well. You know, I just want to give a just a quick, quick thanks to all the Tetris staff that are here every week. The people who are here every tournament, competing, means y'all are awesome here as well. But also, much love to the co-commentators that we have that unfortunately cannot make it because of busy schedules. But yeah, I miss my co-commentators. So I'll know all three of you out there. I mean, two are kind of official commentators, but they're busy with their schedules. But for those of you who don't know, Garbo is on and off, a co-commentator of mine. Busy with school and stuff right now. Probably not. I'm not sure, but still, I'm not gonna really dive into that. Everyone has their own thing. So Garbo is one of the co-commentators. So he's quite a fast-paced play-by-play commentator as well. So cool to see him there as well. And I think the matches are being reported right now. Okay, let me stop wasting time. All right, Sleepless 2-0 versus the Ben, and now that means oh, my bad. That means Corona and Sleeper is going to be coming up next in this match. So that was reported from the channel. So now Sleepers and Corona, join the room if you can. But anyway, and also Anna Celeste was another co-commentator for a bit during season 1, by the way, and also she's got some busy schedules too, so we had 2 co-commentators so far. Anyway, it is all good. We'll try to make this few more minutes pass by quickly and see how that goes. But Corona and Slubris, go ahead and join the room, and I would highly recommend to skip the warm-up if you can, unless you absolutely need it, because we want to make sure that we try to get some things going. So now the quarterfinals. So all right, the warm-up is going to be going on here for a bit, so we get to see how this match might be playing out here. But the winner of this match will be playing Hannah, and the next match in Slubris seems like is going to set up to be able to set up a few. Was trying to set up for that DT Ken, I believe, but it wasn't quite there. But it seems like when we have the opener, Slubris may be going for that DT Ken once again versus Corona, but we'll kind of see how this plays out here. So here we go, the first match of the quarterfinals, Slubris and Corona coming up to lead on into the semifinals. So let's see how this works out here. So now Slubris is going for that that same setup that we saw, but it seems like Corona might have actually done a lot of damage with the I'm not sure if that was a PC or not, but it seems like I can't imagine what else could have sent that many lines with an opener, but still a lot of damage being sent onto Slubris. Corona with a huge stack, almost punishing Slubris, almost topping them out, but Slubris had a down stack and avoid that, but that opener still from the Slubris to counter that as well, still was able to do some damage as well. Almost 2 T-spin doubles in a row, but Corona missed the other one from a missed overhang, unfortunately. And now Slubris going to set up for that that Tetris into T-spin double combo, another Tetris into a T-spin double as well. 2 in a row into Corona, but it seems like Salubris though is hitting up a lot more damage. Both players kind of neck and neck, and now Corona with a huge spike there. I believe that could have been from a T-spin triple. I'm not. God, I need to look at Corona's setups a little bit more. Let's look at that side of the screen now. So Corona going to be setting up two Tetrises in a row versus Salubris. Another Tetris there, not two Salubris, and it might be yeah, there goes a triple as well. So just kind of a simple single well setup, setup with some Tetrises and triples down the left and right side of the grid, but still is being very effective. Salubris with that misdrop there, and unfortunately, and Corona just being a lot more consistent. It seems like with the setups there, there's a nice chance for a T-spin double there as well. Gonna set up for yet another just few triples and double combos. Just very small, simple combos, though still being more consistent and quick in that match. Corona's going to be able to 2-0. GG. Now Corona moves on into the next match versus Hannah. So someone's going to have to spoon food into Hannah's mouth while playing the match. Let's see if that's going to be happening at the moment. Oh, our Tetris staff has came back at the last at the quarterfinals in time. So dinner is not ready, but that does not mean we can now play this match. So Hannah versus Corona is actually up next. So Hannah, you do have a chance, as you can see, for the quarterfinals round number 5. So Hannah and Corona, you do have a chance to go ahead and play that up next if you wish to do so, before Cheap and Mystery get to play there as well. So if you can do this in a few minutes, if you don't want to do it in a few minutes, you could say, oh, wait, mom, give me a few minutes, please, mom. A few minutes. I'm not ready yet. Best of 3 still, Hannah. It's all right, best of 3. But if you can't do it, we'll skip to this semifinals match first versus Cheap and Mystery. It's still best of 3, so we might as well, unless you need to skip it. So if you need to skip this match, just let us know, and we can play into the semifinals first. But might as well play this one out first anyway. So Hannah versus Corona, y'all go ahead and make sure we get this going on right now. So join the room and let's make this a quick match. If you want to make this quicker, I suggest that you skip the warm-up so you can both just get right into it. So never mind, they're gonna go right into the warm-up, so they're not gonna skip it, I guess. Like I said, folks, it doesn't matter, you know, but I just try to accommodate. So if you wanna skip the warm-up, you know, for time, that is the best route to go. Anyway, Hannah versus Corona, here we go. Good luck, have fun. It is a best of 3, so don't worry too much about it. So it seems like Hannah's gonna. Oh, there goes a huge spike from Corona. I'm not. Was that a PC opener? God, I keep missing those openers from Corona there. So I wasn't able to catch that quite efficiently well enough. Unfortunately, I was really redundant with what I just said. But Corona was setting up a huge flurry of combos there, mainly Tetrises. On the Hannah, but still not being too effective as Hannah's able to downstack that pretty quickly enough. But Corona with a nice playing field, probably a cleaner one as well, setting up for another Tetris once again. And now there goes some very clean garbage coming in from Corona's side. Going to be able to set up another T-spin double into a Tetris combo once again. Another Tetris for Corona. There goes another T-spin double as well. So Corona just being a bit more quicker with these combos, a bit more consistent. But it seems like Hannah is able to downstack this pretty well and offset all that damage coming in. But Corona is being a little bit more aggressive. There goes a misdrop there quickly from from Hannah's side and Corona as well. But Corona, like I said, being a bit more consistent there. The Tetris comes down, and there goes the 1-0 series lead so far for Corona. Hannah with that misdrop might have cost the match there, unfortunately, when she misdropped the L piece there. Now Hannah's going to open up with a T-spin double, as well as Corona, both coming in with the same type of opener as we can see at the moment. And now Corona going to be opening up with 2 T-spin doubles once again, followed by a Tetris. And there goes another T-spin double, just being a bit more quick there, getting to the combos a little bit more efficiently. Going to set up the left side of the well, probably force some Tetris setups. There goes a misdrop there from Corona with the S piece. Another misdrop from Hannah there. Both playing with misdrops, but Corona being able to get there and correct that mistake quickly enough to punish Hannah's mistake. So there goes a 2-0 for Corona, moving on into the semi-finals. GG. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, I guess, yeah, it has to count. So, a little bit of technical difficulties at the end there. It seems like might have happened, but still, either way, it was, it seemed to be coming in for that match. So now let's go and look at the brackets here for a little bit. And Corona's gonna move on to the semifinals. Cheap versus Mystery coming up next here in the first round of the semifinals. So let me just edit that text here for y'all to see. The first match of the semifinals. Let's see what is going on. Is Cheap gonna set up for another journey into his 8th ring, his 8th championship for Tetris Tuesday? On a roll, I can tell you what. Let's go ahead and take a look here. So Cheap and Mystery are going to warm up here. So let's see how that goes. So they're going to be going for the warm up. Like I said, since it is a since we are in the semifinals, the semifinals are a best of 5 match series. So best of 5 series in the semifinals, just to remind you of that, folks, so we can make that go efficiently as well. So the warm-up is now over. Cheap versus Mystery in the semifinals, first round. Could be possibly seeing a rematch as we go along here. Now Mystery going to set up the nice there's a triple fractal setup there from Cheap, as we can see. I finally got it this time. I was awake, but still that was not enough for Mystery. Unfortunately, Mystery is able to downstack that quickly enough. Mystery able to actually put more pressure onto a Cheap there. Cheap with a huge misdrop from the eyepiece, and that might be costing him a little bit more, but still being able to put some damage on a Mystery. But Mystery with a cleaner playing field right now, and there goes the 1-0 series lead for Mystery, putting a lot of pressure now. Leading the series, we usually don't see Cheap losing the first match or being trolling behind in the series as far as these matches go, but Cheap is going to be trying to come back from that last match to tie the series up, but Mystery is not going to try to let him do that quickly enough, and it seems like Mystery is going to go up for another T-spin double into Tetris combo there, and it's going to be putting a lot of pressure. Mystery needs to find the combo here pretty quickly. There goes the Tetris into T-spin double here for Cheap as well. Both players kind of neck and neck at the moment, but it seems like Mystery's kind of going to be putting on a lot of pressure for himself as well from Cheap. Now Cheap turning the tables up a little bit more as well. Kind of just huge combo there at the end with the tie of the series. There was like we saw a Tetris T-spin double, triple, another T-spin double there. Just some quick combos down stacking there quite efficiently from Cheap, and that was able to take that match there at the end. And now Cheap going to be tying the series, as we can see, but now Cheap's in some danger here versus Mystery. Mystery with probably a better playing field as far as the garbage goes, but now Mystery going to be gonna have to downstack here quite quickly enough, because Cheap putting Mystery in a lot of danger of topping out here soon, and that's going to be a 2-1. Cheap with the match point versus Mystery there. Those just quick, consistent combos, nothing too much of a not too much of a complicated setup there, but still just being able to get there a little bit quicker from those setups there. And Cheap was almost looks like Cheap was almost probably going to set up that double well for those combos there, but it seems like instead Cheep just gonna keep going with those quick assisted setups there. Another Tetris, he's been double into Tetris once again. I mean, for Cheep there, and Mystery gonna be put in a lot of danger from those quick combos. Quick and concise combos from Cheep there. Mystery looking for that setup once again. A lot of garbage. Big setup on Mystery's way. A little bit of a misdrop there from Mystery. Mystery is gonna look for that. Look for those down stack combos to come in. Mystery doing a nice job of down stacking here from Cheep's combo once again. Cheep with a misdrop here from the L piece, but still able to manage and burn through the garbage and clean up that mistake as well and correct the garbage. And it seems like Cheep with a lower playing field right now has a nice opportunity to go ahead and set up a nice combo here versus Mystery. And now there goes 2 misdrops there from the eyepieces there. Cheep going to top out there. It's going to be a tight series now. A huge misdrop there from Cheep and that last few seconds of the match there. Could Cheep be moving on into the second match of the semifinals there? He might be in some danger here. We usually do not see Cheep taking out in a match of the semifinals here. Cheep was going to probably set up for a fractal here pretty quickly, but it seems like Cheep was able to change their mind pretty quickly enough. There goes another Tetris and a T-spin double there. But it seems like Mystery in some danger of topping out there. Cheep taking the series, moving on to the finals. GG. And my phone has a notification going up there. Let me just update my phone for a second, because I don't know what that notification was. Well, I know what it was, but it's a cooking app on my phone that makes that noise. Had to just update something for a second. All right, so Cheep moving on, 3-2 series, very close, but Mystery definitely putting on a lot of pressure on the Cheep, challenging that title there, and now it's going to be Cheep moving on to the finals. Could there be a rematch of Cheep and Mystery in the finals, or will Corona be able to move on into the very first finals appearance while this being Corona's first tournament? Like I said, let me just take a moment to also recognize the brand new Tetris players that we have seen. Not brand new Tetris players, but brand new Tetris Tuesday players, I should say. Corona is a new player with us today. Koro is a new player as well. So both of those two are brand new. The first time doing Tetris Tuesday with us. So I forgot to say, y'all have been awesome. Thank you for joining us so far in the Tetris Tuesday madness. We're glad to have y'all, and I hope you enjoy your stay for the rest of the tournaments. And hope you're here to compete for, the weeks to come by. So anyway, Mystery versus Corona, the last match of the semifinals, to decide who will be facing Cheep in the grand finals. So Corona versus Mystery, coming up next on Tetris Tuesday, live on VTV. All right, so this is the warm up right now. So we're gonna wait for that to happen, and then go back to the match. All right. So now this is the semifinals once again. Like I said, a best of 5, Corona versus Mystery. Let's see who is going to win that match. Now Mystery going to open up with a quick T-spin double opener right now. Now setting up for another Tetris, probably into a double Tetris right there for Mystery, two Tetris in a row. And now Mystery going to set up with a nice double combo here as well, setting up for the other Tetris. Mystery not having to do much there, just quick Tetris combos there. We usually don't see that. There goes a misdrop there as well from Corona, and topping out there in the first match of the series. But we usually do not see a lot of plain Tetris setups work that well. But those worked well for a Mystery, just being able to put a lot of pressure there quickly enough on a Corona. And now we see Mystery able to set up a few Tetris combos with a T-spin double as well on a Corona, putting in a lot of pressure here once again. But it seems like Corona is able to downstack this pretty well quickly enough, setting up for yet another one of their T-spin doubles to Tetris combo. Seems like that is the most most common one that we see throughout the series here. And there goes another Tetris combo, another Tetris there for Mystery, setting up for yet another triple there. So that did not work out too well, but still putting on a little bit of pressure there. And there goes 2 T-spin doubles in a row for Mystery, missing that last T-spin though. That may cost a little bit for Mystery's side there, but Corona not being able to put a lot of pressure. But there goes the huge spike there from that combo. Another T-spin double that might be topping out here, topping out Mystery soon if Corona's able to apply some pressure and capitalize on this opportunity right now. And there goes the top out there for Mystery. Now the series is tied 1-1. Now Mystery versus Corona here. Coming up once again, Corona gonna set up with the T-spin double opener. Mystery with 2 miss drops in a row there with the Z piece and the J piece coming in hot, but still it seems like Mystery is able to downstack that and clean up those miss drops there pretty well, putting some pressure on Corona. Corona with a miss drop as well from the J piece. That is going to cost him a little bit from the pressure. There goes a fractal setup there from Mystery that might cost Corona the match there, and Corona with a kind of a spike from Mystery, but still able to downstack this quickly enough. It seems like the mistake that Corona made with the misdrops did not damage them well enough, and now Mystery is in a bit of shambles here. A little bit of a danger of topping out here soon, and now Corona is in position for a match point versus Mystery. Could this be the finals appearance that Corona wants to see? Corona, this is their very first tournament. Could they make the statement here for the very first tournament to have their very first finals appearance as well versus Cheap or World Mystery, be able to regain that legacy and come on into their next finals appearance? I believe that is going to be the 4th one for Mystery, the 4th finals appearance if they win the match here. But still, Corona being able to downstack efficiently from those combos on Mystery, and now Corona setting up for just a few quick consistent combos. Like I said, once again, just downstacking pretty efficiently. A nice even playing field. A bit of a miss up there from the L piece, but still able to clean that up pretty well. Both players kind of neck and neck at the moment, it seems like. But now Corona with a bit of danger, bit of garbage being stacked up against Corona right now. But it is very clean garbage, so Corona does do a nice job of counterplaying on a Mystery's damage here from the garbage sent on, from the downstacking the garbage sent off from Mystery. Now both players still trading blows back and forth. This is a match point for Corona, so the pressure is on. This is huge stakes for Mystery. If Mystery does not get to win this match here as well, it'll be sent home and Corona will be moving on to the finals. Like I said, there goes a nice tuck in from the a nice L spin there from Corona, tucking in the L piece there. As we can see, Mystery gonna set up for another T-spin double with a Tetris combo there, and that misdrop at the end for Corona unfortunately cost him the match there, but could have been a nice downside combo setup there from Corona if that misdrop was not there. But still, Mystery able to do a nice job of punishing that mistake at the end on a Corona. Now this is the match point. The series is tied. Whoever wins this match will be moving on into the finals. But Mystery into a lot of pressure right now versus Corona because of the opener coming in for Corona right now. Corona having a bit of a lower playing field, and it is a lot cleaner than Mystery's right now. Corona needs to go ahead and capitalize on this opportunity right now versus Mystery if they're going to move on into the finals there. Corona with a nice 2 Tetris combo there. 3 Tetrises in a row from Corona, but that is not going to do much versus Mystery, since Mystery is going to be able to set up the combos of their own. And now Corona's in some danger here of topping out here. Mystery, though, with the T-spin double, a very low playing field right now. Corona was almost in danger there, but still able to downstack that pretty well enough with 2 Tetris in a row, 2 T-spin doubles in a row, and now Mystery is going to be in danger of topping out here soon. Corona going to be topping them out there, and that was a GG there for Corona at the end. More consistent gameplay. I am surprised I did not need a drink of water for that. I was not in need of water. And now Corona going to move on 3-2 match series. A very close match, very well fought. Corona is going to be moving on into the finals versus Cheap. And now we're going to have a series here. So they're just right into it now. But let's just kind of take a look here at the browser. As you can see, Cheap and Corona are in the finals here, as we can see. So let me just edit the text here to let y'all know we have the finals going on. There we go. So they are opting for the warm-up. Like I said, it is a best of 5. So this is going to be interesting to see what happens. Will Corona be taking on the crown from Cheap? Will Cheap retain that legacy with an 8th title in the Tetris Tuesday tournament series? It seems like Cheap, though, able to downstack that pretty well. Corona with a very nice opener on the Cheap there. But like I said, Cheap doing a nice job of downstacking. Seems like it's one of the things that Cheap does the most efficiently, despite a lot of the garbage being sent and the huge openers. Cheap does a nice job of downstacking and counter playing pretty well from those downstacks. It seems like that could have I thought that was going to be a 4-wide setup for a second there, but now Cheap is turning the brakes back onto Corona there. Cheap in a lot of pressure there versus Corona. Corona just offsetting the damage back and forth from Cheap there. Corona in a bit of a sticky situation there with a lot of pressure, but still Corona downstacking efficiently from those those garbage combos. It seems like Corona having a bit of a clean garbage setup there, but now it is getting a bit messy here for Corona. Gonna have to do some digging here and burning through this garbage quickly enough, but that is not going to be a problem for Corona, putting on some more pressure on the Cheap. Both players kind of neck and neck at the moment, but Cheap has a better playing field at the moment. It is more downstacked a bit more lower on the playing field right now, and Cheap now gonna set up a lot of damage on the Corona. That was could have been a spike to top out Corona there at the end, but it seems like Cheap now gonna be setting off a lot of have to be dealing with a lot of damage there. Going to be setting off that damage right back on a Corona there. A nice counter play and downstack combo there from Cheap on a Corona there, but Cheap might be topping out her soon because of that misdrop there from the out piece. And now Corona taking the match handily. 1-0 series lead so far for Corona. Really challenging the throne, challenging the legacy set forth by Cheap right now. Corona could be a first-time champion here for the very first tournament in Tetris Tuesday versus Cheap, but now Cheap does not want to let that happen. Going to challenge that, challenge the pressure being put on, but there goes another misdrop. 2 misdrops in a row for Cheap. That might cost him a little bit more. 4 misdrops, 5 misdrops there from Cheap, and that's going to be a 2-0 series lead for Corona. Corona is in match point right now. That is a lot of pressure being put on the Cheap right now. Corona with a huge opener, a lot of damage being sent on right now. There goes the PC opener clear right now as well. PC for Corona, and that's really going to put Cheap in a lot of pressure right now unless they're able to downstack this from the garbage being sent. That could have been some damage there, but still Cheap doing a nice job of keeping this nice and consistent, and now Corona being put a lot of pressure there. Cheap doing a nice job of downstacking quickly enough and putting the pressure right back into Corona there. So that means it is going to be a tied series once again versus versus Cheap here. As we can see, both players in match point, I believe. I can't be no, it is a 2-1 now. What am I talking about? But Cheap is looking to match and reverse sweep the series. Can Cheap reverse sweep, or will Corona keep that lead going on strong with the pressure right now leading the series? We usually don't see Cheap trolling in the finals especially, but now Cheap is in the pressure, under pressure right now with a lower playing field, a nice clean playing field versus Corona there. So Cheap does have a nice opportunity to go ahead and reverse sweep as well. There goes a lot of pressure on the Corona. Corona looking for those combos. A little bit of a misdrop there from the JPs might be costing a little bit more, but still able to managing to downstack this quickly enough from the garbage there. Corona though is still doing a wonderful job of downstacking from Cheap's garbage. Both players kind of neck and neck, just trading blows back and forth. We kind of see a stalemate here in this match right now, but now Cheap sitting on a lot of pressure there, just clearing off as quickly as possible. There goes a nice Tetris there from Cheap. Another Tetris there for Cheap, but Corona's not going to take all that damage coming in. Another Tetris for Cheap there coming in to Corona. Corona with another Tetris as well. They're just trading Tetrises back and forth. They're not really doing many complex setups right now. As we can see, both players kind of going for a passive defensive little play style right now, as we can see, waiting for the opportunity to strike and set up a nice combo to possibly force a top out or get a nice T-spin combo going in right now. It seems like Corona missed the T-spin setup there, unfortunately, from the eyepiece, and there goes another T-spin double there from Cheap on a Corona, and Corona's going to do another T-spin double of their own, but still Corona is in a lot of pressure and some danger right now from Cheap. Now Cheap is almost in danger of topping out Corona there, and now there goes the series is tied. Cheap does a nice job at the end of getting that consistent gameplay there. I mean, consistent downstack combos there onto Corona there. So now it's going to be a 2-2 series tie. This is going to be match point to see who's going to win the finals here versus Cheap and Corona. So the match is at stake here. Both players on match point right now. Corona with a lot of pressure. Will Corona get reverse swept here from Cheap, or will this be a match where Corona takes home their first title of Tetris Tuesday tournament madness here for tournament number 12 of Tetris Tuesday? Corona sitting on some combos back and forth. Cheap just being with a down stack. There goes a bit of a misdrop there though, but Cheap doing a nice job of still down stacking, not buying into the damage being sent from Corona. Now Corona is almost in danger of topping out here. Cheap doing a nice job of skimming through the grid, set up some more T-spin double combos. There goes the misdrop from the I piece as well, the J piece and the out piece. That will Cheap be able to down stack through this as well? Corona needs to capitalize on this to make sure they win the series. Another misdrop there from the T piece there, and Corona will be taking home the series, or will that be a wait? No, the Cheap though gonna reverse that sweep, and that's gonna be Cheap taking home the series. GG for Cheap, winning that series. Ladies and gentlemen, after a round best of 5, we have the title. Coming in from the right corner, and still welterweight champion of the Tetris Tuesday Tournament Series, Cheep is the eight-time Tetris Tuesday champion. So huge. Congratulations to Cheap and also Corona for making this a series. But let me just let's just talk about it real quick. I mean, that was a huge match. A huge match coming in from both players, as we can see there. But let's go ahead and edit this right now. But Cheap is your winner for the 8th time in a row. Let's go ahead and get Cheap that 3-2 series. My goodness, folks, hold on a second. So with that being said, we can declare the tournament over. But at the end, Cheap was able to reverse sweep, coming down from 0-2 in the series to reverse sweep to make it 3-2. So Cheap doing a wonderful job of sweeping through that and making this quite a series, and showing why Cheap is an 8-time champion of the Tetris Tuesday Tournament Series, not going out without a fight. A match for the ages indeed. A match for the ages indeed. So everyone, give your huge congratulations to Cheap. And show him some love. That is an 8th time tournament title for Cheap. Out of the 12 tournaments that we've had for Tetris Tuesday, Cheap has won 8 of them. Just let that sink in, folks. 8-time champion. What a legacy to behold. But Corona, let's just talk about the tournament as well itself. We saw some massive improvements in this tournament. I hope you enjoyed today's tournament as well, Corona. We hope to see you back as well in the future, as coming back every Tuesday. We're live, like I said, every 2 p.m. PSD, so we hope to see you back and competing every week. You've done one hell of a job, and you are that close to becoming the newest welterweight champion. But Mystery doing a great job too. Hannah's made a lot of improvements as well. Fizzle also has done one hell of a job as well. We've really seen a lot of improvement from Fizzle's gameplay, and more players coming out throughout the weeks. So everyone's been on their A game, just improving every week, like I said. So y'all are doing awesome, and glad to see that you're all getting your practice in. And maybe one day, if Tetris goes into the esports tournament scene, I will see you there alongside each other. But anyway, that is going to be let me just close the music here. So, what an intense tournament, folks. I was sitting here, but before we go, let me just make a few announcements here. The Tetris, the VTV website will be published sometime soon. I'm not going to announce it though because it's still under works, even if it's going to be published. It just has the basic information about everything you need to know for VTV and whatnot, and we'll continue to develop the website and make it more interesting as things go on. Not too aesthetically pleasing as far as styling it goes, but we worked with something anyway. Also, so for as far as Tetris Tuesday goes, we have some updates coming up here soon. At the end of the month, we'll be having the Tetris Tuesday tournament rules that will be updated in the Discord server. We'll have a separate Discord text channel where it outlines the Tetris Tuesday rules and tournament regulations and FAQs that people might have as well. And also we'll update that for the Twitch channel as well. So that'll be how that yeah, I need to get some sleep soon. Well, that's gonna be how that goes on as well. And I do want to make a quick announcement, folks. Mark your calendars, please, because on the week of April 2nd, which is the 2 weeks from now, that Tetris Tuesday, we will not be live on Tetris Tuesday on April 2nd because I will be down in Florida for a few days. So April 2nd, mark on your calendars. That will be an absence from Tetris Tuesday. So give you all a chance to rest and train and do some practicing and all that as we go along. But if y'all don't have that down here, I'll be sure to make an announcement about that also in the Discord channel as well. But also, if you are a new, let me just turn on the music again, but let's see. If you are a new here and you want to see some more Tetris Tuesdays and follow us along, make sure you look at the Twitter at VarietyTV or leave the channel a follow. We would appreciate that very much. And also, the best way to stay up to date with us and keep yourself in tune with the community is go to the Discord channel there. Also, if you don't know what VTV is, we are a gaming network of variety casters and gamers. We host events every week, like Tetris Tuesdays as well, and our big charity events every 6 months. So it is more than just Tetris. We do have a whole thing that this community is about. But mainly, the big part of us is large portion of VTV is Tetris based. So, still though, I do recommend check out the community, check out the team page as well, see who the casters are, and check them out. It is quite a good lineup that we've got with the casting team of VTV. So if you want to check that out for some more good content from VTV, be sure to look that up. But anyway, let's turn off the music now. Now I'm going to turn off the music. So now let's go into the final moments of the cast. We're going to do a nice little raid for one of our VTV casters. Speaking of which, so once again, thank you all so much for joining us. We are live every 2 p.m. PST or 5 p.m. EST on this channel, Tetris Tuesday. So be sure to catch us next week on Tetris. But now let's go for a raid and see who in the VTV lineup will be rated here pretty soon. So let's take a look. So Tournament of Heart MK2 is another one of our VTV casters. So make sure you go ahead and check out the channel there. He's playing Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening, a very great game in the series as well. So let's raid Tournament of Heart MK2. Spam Tetris Raid or VTV raid right there. But catch us next time, folks, live on Tuesday, 2 p.m. PST for more Tetris live on VTV. All right, folks, and now with the raid. We'll see you next week.